Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sharrah, and today we are going to talk about what I actually do around this house when my house becomes a disaster mess. I did a video last week where I shared ways that I have decorated my living room to survive 3 young kids, and I feel like the response I got on that video was so great. So many of you guys related. I found out so many of you guys are in the same exact boat as I am, which is you have lots of little kids right now, and you're trying your best to stay afloat, to keep things peaceful and organized, and also you need realistic tips and help. So I'm kind of in that same boat, and I have found a few things that really help me, and so I thought I would share that with you guys. But truly, this is what my house looks like sometimes. There is piles of laundry in baskets. You know, laundry is hard because you have to wash it, then dry it, then fold it, then put it away. And sometimes along the path of those steps, I get frozen because I have to help a kid or wipe a butt or feed somebody or turn another show on or run to the grocery store or pick someone up from school. And so sometimes I get stuck in phase 2, and therefore there's a laundry basket that sits there for, I don't know, a couple days, a week. Not only is it just the living room, but the kitchen, and then in our bedroom, and then in the kids' playroom. Now, believe it or not, this is only a few days worth of mess. And last night, before I even decided to do this video, I kind of forgot and I started cleaning and picking things up. So this is actually half picked up, if you can believe it or not, which those of you that have young kids do believe it, because things just get crazy the more kids you have, because they're like little tornadoes. You're over here cleaning one thing and you turn around and the tape and the scissors and the paper and the crayons and everything else got poured out of this basket, so you go clean up that basket, and then you turn around and then the trucks got dumped out, and then the baby's crawling and who knows what she's gonna get. Life can be a disaster, but at the end of the day, I focus on a few small things to reset the house and not get overwhelmed with deep cleaning the house. Also, want to remind you guys, those of you that have kids, mess does not equal failure. Children are messy and they are living their life. I think we have to shift our perspective and almost reset our perspective and expectations and give ourselves a little bit of grace. Not too much grace because we don't want to live in a mess, but a little bit of grace because life can be crazy. So today's question of the video is, what is the hardest room for you to reset? For me, it's probably the playroom because there are so many little toys and I so badly want to organize every little teeny tiny figurine. It's also an overwhelming room because it's always messy because it gets hit 3 times a day by my kids. But I'd be interested to know, what is the hardest room for you guys to keep clean? Leave it in the comment below. Quickly, I just want to take a break for our video sponsor for today, and that is ButcherBox. Thank you so much, ButcherBox, for sponsoring today's video. Something I have loved about our ButcherBox is the fact that we've got such delicious, clean meats that have been delivered to our door, making it so simple. Not only is it convenient, but the product that they deliver is amazing. The ground beef is grass-fed and grass-finished, which is important. It's just high-quality pets for an amazing price. You guys know I'm 6 months postpartum. I am starting to shift into that season of my health journey of like getting stronger and back to my pre-baby self. And a big portion of that journey is focusing on eating high protein, eating lower carb, and really good fats. And so in order to achieve that, I have to eat a lot of meats. And I love right now the deal that ButcherBox has going on. You can use code Sharrah60 to get $60 off your first 3 boxes, plus free meat for a year. ButcherBox comes straight to your door and it's full of high quality meats and seafood, antibiotics free, hormones free, and it's great for your body because it's not highly processed. It's not designed for shelf life. It's designed to be high nutrient dense food that your body intuitively knows how to process and how to digest and take what it needs from it. Basically, ButcherBox is making my life so much simpler by delivering these things straight to my door, into my freezer. Not only is it chicken, I also have amazing ground beef, bacon, steak. I mean, you name it, they have it. So check them out in the link below. So first tip I can give everybody, and what I do when my house is a disaster, is I reset my mindset before I reset the home. I pick a level of what is good enough. I am not trying to achieve perfect. I'm trying to achieve peace. So I'm not gonna start scrubbing baseboards and cleaning windows and getting crazy. I'm talking about visual peace where I am eliminating stuff on surfaces. I think that's the biggest thing that causes me anxiety, is when the counter is full of like all these random things, or the table, anything that's a surface, the floor. When there's a ton of stuff on it, my brain is like, Gah! So I wanna eliminate those things and clean them up. So first things first, let's reset our expectations before we reset our home. Take a deep breath and tell yourself you're not going for perfect, you're going for peace. Tip number 2, when my house is a disaster, I clean in this order. Trash first. I literally walk around with the trash bag and I throw away a lot. I mean, if my kids were here, they'd probably cry. So maybe do this when your kids aren't there. Stuff from school that is not Picasso artwork goes in the trash. Wrappers go in the trash. Empty juice boxes. Now, you gotta be ruthless with this point because there are so many little things that if you save them all, you will just be buried in craft supplies. Also, Sawyer makes about 10 to 12 pieces of art a day. I'm not really exaggerating on that. He draws them, then he forgets about them. We save a lot, but there are a lot that we throw away because we just, quite frankly, would be buried in printer paper if we kept all of them. So be ruthless, but just know I do save a lot. Second thing is I collect the dishes. Dishes go into the sink. Water bottles, cereal bowls. Like I said, kitchen's here, living room is there. So things get, they get everywhere. I go up to the playroom. There's always 75 water bottles up there. There's stuff in their bedroom. I collect all of these dishes. Everything goes into the sink, not the counter, into the sink. We're trying to clean the surfaces. Then I grab all of the laundry. Like I said, sometimes laundry is sitting around for a little longer than I'd like, but I try to collect any socks, any clean laundry. If it's dirty laundry, it goes right into the dirty laundry bin. But I put everything into a laundry basket, and the goal is not right now, but later tonight I will get to that basket. I try by the end of the night to fold everything and get it into the room that it's supposed to be at. And last but not least, everything else goes into bins. So I will walk through and clean off the surface and try to put it in a relative, like a box that goes with that room. So if it's supposed to go upstairs, it goes into that bin on the staircase. If it's a toy that stays downstairs, it goes into a bin in the living room. If it's an art thing or pens or paper, I collect it all and put it, I have one bin that's for art down here for Sawyer. If it's stuff that goes upstairs, I try to have like a laundry basket that I can just throw jackets and shoes and random things that like kind of overflow the staircase basket, maybe go beyond toys. They're just random, like a lotion that's supposed to be upstairs or new toothbrushes. I try to put it all in one bin, so I go upstairs one time with everything that goes upstairs, and then everything that goes in my bedroom, I try to throw it in a bin and put it in there. We're trying to collect stuff off of the surfaces, clean it into the next room. And the reason we're doing this is we're trying to achieve fast visual wins. We're trying to see that our surfaces are actually getting pretty clean within 20 minutes. We're trying to give ourselves those like low-hanging fruit. Obviously it's chaos, but now we're gonna have organized chaos. It's a step in the right direction. And the trick with that too is also the first step, which is throwing stuff away. Sometimes we just can accumulate things that we really don't need. Like I save toilet paper rolls for Sawyer. If he doesn't use them and I have like 6 or 7 and I don't have them in the right spot, sometimes I just throw them away because guess what? I'm gonna have more next week. And keeping all these things can just pile up. I don't know if I've kind of hit this one a little bit too hard, but number 3, I focus on surfaces, not details. Right now, what's gonna give me peace is clean, serene wood tables. Clear surfaces and clean surfaces are gonna calm my anxiety more than vacuum lines. So at this stage, when I'm just trying to get a handle on all of the craziness, I'm trying to clean off those surfaces, trick my mind into thinking things are clean. Trust me, you will be shocked if you can get your kitchen countertop clean, your dining room table clean. It's like wonderful. It's just wonderful. Even if everything's in a basket and you can try to tackle it later, it allows your brain to rest and go, okay, we can move on. Number 4, I use timers and I go room by room. So I will set a 20-minute timer and I will tackle the kitchen. And if I can get to the living room, great, maybe I'll do 30 minutes to do both of these 2 rooms. And when that timer is off, I am done. Then I move on to the next room, set another timer, playroom, try to get that tackled. Whew, we've got 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. Let's do a check-in on what we're at right now. For the most part, the counters are clean. This I leave up here because this is where Sawyer does art. So if I have the iPad, the art box, and the fruit, that I should do something with. It used to have flowers. But that's clean, that is clean. And this is pretty picked up. I feel pretty good. I need to tackle that little table. I forgot about that. But you'll see I could still wipe down surfaces. I could still vacuum. I could still wipe down. But we're gonna move on. to the next spot. Also with timers, I think it's really good if you have kids because your kids witness the timer's on, let's clean. I've been trying to, when my kids are around, obviously I try to pick up when they're gone because it's easier when your kids aren't there. But there are times in the playroom especially, or their bedrooms, we will set a timer and clean together. I've noticed with little kids, if you just say, clean this up, here's a timer, and they're like 3 years old, they can get very overwhelmed because they truly don't know where to start. And I can relate with that sometimes. Like, I don't know where to start too sometimes. So they need that demonstration of, okay, let's do it together. Let's just pick up the magnet tiles and put those away. Let's just pick up the dinosaurs and put those away. And then we move on to the next thing. And when the timer's up and we stop. But I just think timers are a great example for kids. And believe it or not, last night, the playroom was an absolute mess. And I have proof of that. Here's my Ring camera footage from upstairs. It looked like a bomb went off. And normally we would tell the kids to clean up before bed.
Clean it up. Put all the magnet tiles in the bucket.
And normally they would complain and whine and we'd have to get up there and we end up doing it all. This is, when I say normally, I mean like the past 2 years, it's been this process. Like teaching kids to clean in my experience has not been an overnight thing. It's like consistent reinforcement over the course of months that turn into years. The best thing happened last night. I texted Tyler because I heard him telling the kids to clean up. And I said, hey, you don't have to let them clean up because I'm gonna film this video tomorrow. And I kind of wanna film it in its like natural state. So just let it stay and I'll film it tomorrow. And he's like, well, too late, they're already going. And I have Ring camera footage. I even told them, hey guys, you don't have to clean up tonight.
Okay, boys, you don't have to clean up anymore. You guys can stop. Thank you for cleaning.
And they're like, no, Dad told us we had to. And they literally cleaned up. I mean, it's not spotless, but it's pretty spotless for a 3 and 5-year-old. I was so proud of them. I was taking a bath, watching them on the Ring camera, like, look at them putting their magnet tiles away. I'm telling you, if you stick with it and you push through the tantrums and you give them a little help, you don't do it for them, but you just lightly do it with them, eventually you can tell them to go do it and they'll do it. I mean, that was such a win. That should be a tip. Number 5, I ignore what does not have to happen today. Unless you have 6 hours to tackle your house, maybe more, you're not gonna get a good deep clean, especially if you have little kids. Like, you need to reset those expectations and giving yourself permission to skipping certain rooms or certain parts of cleaning. So for example, I'm not cleaning the baseboards. I'm not cleaning the windows. Sometimes I am not cleaning the kids' room. This is what the kids' room looks like right now. Now the kids' room mostly becomes out of hand because of all these gosh darn stuffies. I wouldn't say I have a love-hate relationship with stuffies. I just kind of have a hate-hate relationship with stuffies. There's so many. I don't know how we get them all. I don't remember buying them. They just get them. They just appear in my house and they need so many and they want to sleep with all of them and they just hang over the bed, currently on Sawyer's side, or they're all over the floor and some of them talk. So if you step on them in the night or sit on them in the night, they give you a heart attack, but the kids love them and I don't think they're going anywhere. So when it comes to certain rooms, like the kids' bedroom, when the house is a disaster and I have a bunch of other rooms to tackle, I give myself permission to not tackle their bedroom. Out of sight, out of mind, that can be tomorrow's problem. And there's freedom in giving yourself permission to skip the deep clean or to skip certain rooms that you just don't have time for. You guys can see my dining room. I have my basket set up here. When my house is kind of a disaster and all the rooms need attention, I'm not gonna go through each of those baskets and deep clean them. But tomorrow, once the house is back to like ground level and all the surfaces are clean, tomorrow, I'll take a trash bag and I will go through each one of those baskets and throw away what needs to be thrown away, reorganize what needs to be reorganized, maybe put stuff back in its original place. And that'll be a fun little deep dive that I do for that corner of the house. But that is not what I'm doing today. That is not the thing that I'm gonna focus on when the house looks like it's, you know, crazy. Mostly because that's a distraction. That's gonna pull me into spending an hour deep cleaning and organizing one corner of the house while the rest of it looks like a bomb went off. You have to have boundaries. You have to give yourself freedoms to let certain things go and focus in on what's gonna make you feel the best, which leads me to number 6. I ask myself at the end of all this, what is one thing that's gonna make this feel done? And or what is one thing that's gonna make me feel accomplished with this? So sometimes laundry is sitting for forever and I'm like, man, I will feel so accomplished if I get my laundry put away, the kids' laundry put away, Tyler's laundry put away, and I don't have to look at laundry for at least another week. then that is one thing I would focus on at the end of my quick tidy, my 20-minute tidy for each room, clearing my surfaces. I usually then have baskets of things in their rightful spot, and I ask myself, what's gonna make me feel the best and make me feel the most accomplished? You might also think, okay, what's one thing that's gonna make this feel finished? That might be wiping down the kitchen sink, loading the dishwasher up, having a clean counter and a clean sink. That is like the lottery. Having a put together sofa, something about straightening your cushions, fixing the pillows, kind of making it all look like nice. I think it's because the sofa is the biggest thing in the room, so it takes up most space. The same thing with the bed. I've always said, if you clean, I made a video, I should do like Tyler was telling me, I should look back at my videos I've made, you know, from 12 years ago or whatever, and see what I would agree with. And there's a video I made, I'm gonna link it on this video. It was a quick, like 25-minute bedroom tidy, and at the time I lived in a studio apartment. This was so long ago, I was such a baby, but I still remember those tips in that video. And it's kind of similar to what I'm saying now. I think I first started with throwing things away, then it's cleaning all of the, I think I made the bed next, because the bed is the biggest thing. The sofa is the biggest thing. So if you can get those big surface items cleaned off and tidy, that's gonna give you visual peace. And that's kind of what we're going for. But doing this final little thing, cleaning the kitchen sink, putting away the laundry, fixing up your bed, it gives your brain that reset is complete. It like closes that mental loop and allows you to have rest. Okay, we did it, Jamie. We did it. Reset complete. And you know what? This will not stay clean. It won't. The boys will come home from school. It will all be crazy again, and that is okay. A reset was what we needed today. A reset was what was perfect for today. And I feel really good about all my clean surfaces and organized chaos. Huh, Jenny? Jenny! Jenny, look. Oh, she's too interested in my notes. Anyway, I hope this encouraged you guys. I hope you guys attempt to clean and pick up around your house. I hope that this was inspiring, and I hope that you do it right now. I hope you do it with me. You can start this video over and we can clean together. Start with your trash, put things in the sink, pick up your laundry, and throw things in groupings to their room. And we will see you guys next time. As always, leave me your comments. If you guys like this type of content, if you want to see something similar, something different, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Talk to you later, bye.